All right, greetings everyone. We are live again. Dynasty Mirror Search for Huru. Thank you all. Thank you so much for joining. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you share. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you go to dynastymirror.com tour. We are rolling to Nigeria next no, August. I'm sorry, August 8th through the 17th. August 8th through the 17th. We're rolling to Nigeria. If you're interested, please visit Danfo, DANFO Africa. Again, Danfo, DANFO Africa. Also, Sierra Leone, November 20th through December 3rd. If you're interested in acquiring citizenship, hit me up. Citizenship is available to those who qualify. Again, Sierra Leone, November 20th through December 3rd. Without further ado, we're going to jump right into it. We got Kala Thanos on with us today. And today's topic is Black America the real tether? That's today's topic. And, so Kala, go ahead and I kind of know what kind of direction you're going with this, but go ahead and take it
Okay,
away.
well, like I said, Black America is going around, right, claiming valor that we did not achieve, right? We're saying, oh, you got people now sound like right wing conservatives, racist conservatives, not right wing, just racist and nativists and nationalists. They want to suddenly claim all the things that America has as part of it. And that's an oxymoron to begin with. On one hand, we claim that this country owes us money and we're oppressed and everything. And then on the other hand, we built this country and immigrants ought to pay homage to us coming across the border and coming here and they're tethered to us and all stuff like this. But the question we want to ask tonight, will the real tethers please stand up? Okay. Black America is tethered to white America. Okay. Everybody knows that. And it's something basically I had to confront years ago, right? Despite all our success in America, right? One thing that some Liberians told me, said, look, black people in America, you guys got what you have because white America provided the infrastructure and the setting for you to do this. So therefore, if you guys just did the bare minimum, you're going to succeed a little bit. And I said to myself, wow, that's intriguing because my attitude was, if we had our own country, we'd be doing much better. But he was saying, well, when you guys have leaders that aren't responsible for feeding you, it's a white man that makes sure food is on your shelves. It's a white man that makes sure that gas is there available for you at the gas station. And I had to reflect on that. I said, something, harder for me to believe that, even though there's black people, black guy, Mr. McKinley, who owns an oil transport company out of Akron, Ohio, and he operates in all throughout the United States and throughout the world. But that's good. He started in 1978. That's good. But when it comes down to it, right? When it comes down to all the innovation, the thing, sure, there's black people involved, right? But we're not the master plan, right? Let me give you an example. The city of Las Vegas. I want to go there. Have you been to Las Vegas? You're muted.
Right. Never been to Vegas.
Okay, I want to go to Vegas. I want to say like that. But if you look at the history of Las Vegas, right? Now, I had a cousin of mine who passed away 10 years ago, right? Him and I were the same age. He passed away of cancer 10 years ago. He got a job in Vegas, right? At the Hilton, at a casino Hilton, right? And he became the manager of the whole Hilton, right? He was making good money and everything. And his whole life changed when he was a hard worker in New York and everything. He stayed on the straight and narrow. Him and his wife and family. He moved his wife and family out there, and he did good. And I say to myself like this, it was a white man. It was Bugsy Siegel, the gangster Bugsy Siegel, who founded Las Vegas. Okay, everything we enjoy in America, some white man found it. Allow us to move up, and so we basically will tether ourselves to the white people's accomplishments by saying we are Americans. We're Americans when it's to our benefit. But on the other hand, we say America's racist, America's irredeemably racist, and stuff like this, and say that America owes us reparations. You can't have it both ways. You cannot basically claim America and condemn it at the same time. When you go to California like this, they're doing a reparations bill in California. Now, I applaud people in their efforts and everything like that because people are doing something and everything. But I asked the question, what is the end goal of that? Do you really think the lives of black people are going to improve on that? with reparations, and they say, well, what about the Indians and all these other people? Okay, well, these people, if you really look at it, right, these other minority groups, right, didn't pledge their all, and they're not part of the structure of America like black people in America are. We were the ones who basically said white people did never believe that what Martin Luther King said, that the true meaning of his creed and everything. Most white people didn't care about that. The same white people say that if you walk down, you drive in their neighborhood, they're going to call the cops on you. So on the whole, white people really don't believe that. They believe they're good people. They believe all the stuff like that until they see a black person is at the about to get employed at a job. They're like, "Whoa, I got to compete with this guy." Or when they walk into a job and it's a black man's a manager or boss or whatever like that, they're like, "Oh man, this is not what I signed up for." So basically, the only people that really believe in this idea of America is a just country and all this stuff like equality is the black community. At the same time, right? At the same time, and also, what do we tether ourselves to? The U.S. Constitution. There were no black people at the writing of the Constitution, right?
Whoa! Hold on, Colin. John Hanson was the first black
Oh,
president of
please,
America.
that's another thing.
John Hanson was the black president. The first president was a black man, John Hanson. He was his photo. He was at the table. His photo was there.
Check us out. That's what I'm talking about, right? We have so much miseducation. Black people deep down inside didn't know that John Hanson was a white man, right? He lived when he was at the Constitutional Convention, right? Photography wasn't even invented. The John Hanson they show you was a John Hanson from Liberia, a senator from Liberia, who came to America to accept the diplomatic credentials from the Republic of Ireland in 1862. That's when photography was around. But this has been urban myth around Black America, right? Black America will tell you now, when you corner them about all the facts about America, right? They'll say, well, we were already here. Well, how'd you get enslaved? Slavery never happened. Prove that slavery happened. Prove that the slave ships happened. Well, so in other words, basically, what is an American? America was named that roughly loosely after a guy named Amerigo Vespucci, an Italian explorer. So you're saying that you're an Italian explorer descendant, Amerigo Vespucci? The truth is, an American is a white person of Anglo-Saxon descent, right? Who was distinguished from the Germans, the Spanish, everybody else who settled in English colonies in America. And the goal of these white people was e pluribus unum. Out of many we are come. We're going to make Irishmen, Dutchmen, Spaniards, Portuguese, Frenchmen into what we call Americans, an amalgamation, a melting pot. There's a new creation called an American. What was not in the plan was the black people that were here. We sort of forced ourselves onto America. When they were basically saying Star Spangled Banners and all stuff like that, the Statue of Liberty, they were not talking about us. The Statue of Liberty was armor was not pointing towards Africa. It was pointing towards Europe and European immigrants. And so therefore, nothing in history tells us that black people in America were wanted. They wanted to be part of this country and everything. Now, popular culture, right, is different. Like I said, no system is invincible, right? White America did adopt Black American lingo and music and stuff like that. So we became like the entertainment class and in many ways like that. And the cultural influence, pop culture and everything like that. That was our entry into America. And that's why to this day, right, the people who are the voice and the spokesman or the buffer between white America and Black America are entertainers. You know, when they went to ask what the Negro was thinking, right, they went to Paul Robeson. They went to Lena Horne, you know, they went to Harry Belafonte, they went to Sidney Poitier, they went to all these people. Why? Because they didn't want to listen to what the black people were actually saying on the ground, you know, about this situation. This is in America to cover itself up is America then when they had a civil rights movement, right? That was not for our benefit. Integration and civil rights was two things. It was a dismantle what was built in America as a black nation inside of America. They can't have that. You can't have two nations inside of one. So if let's say if you have two groups of people, you got to have everybody has to have the same infrastructure. That means the same educational system, the same. You got to be on the same grid. You got to be on the same roadways. You can't be separate. You can't have a separate group of people inside of a country. And so black people took that as, oh, white people want to integrate with us. If you go to the Old South right now, and you'll notice that where the black areas and white areas is, right? You'll notice that, like in Detroit, you have the 8 Mile Road, right? It was 8 Mile. It was when the black area, where black Detroit was and white Detroit was. Okay. And the highways come through and connect them all. Years later, you just think it's one area, Detroit. That's not the case. Same thing happened in St. Augustine, Florida. Okay. Same thing happened here in Virginia. I go to old parts of Portsmouth, right? Old Town Portsmouth. You can see where the black people lived and the white people once lived, right? There's a cutoff. And they extended the roads, right? Extended the roads, and you say, okay, this is County Street. County Street runs through the black area and the white area. But you can see at one time the black area was segregated and the white area was where the business were. But they thing like that, that's what they call integration. Now, integration means assimilation. It means amalgamation. You can't amalgamate two different races of people without basically openly supporting racial mixing, intermarriage, and stuff like this. They did not want that. So therefore, Black America is basically cut between the thing. If we basically don't integrate into America, right, we basically will not succeed. You got to go to white America for jobs, for education, to be part of the system, right? And it was apparent. What was apparent back then to our ancestors was that white people are always going to be racist, and when you're always a victim, and when you're always depending on another race of people, they're going to control you. And Black people in 2022 say, "Well, geez, we have no power." That you having power was not part of the problem, part of the deal. They let you be part of this country, right? Just so they could cover their ass, right? They could say, "Oh, we got rid of all the racist laws and everything." That wasn't for us, our benefit. That was for their benefit, because America was fighting an ideological war with the communists. The communists would always use, and the Nazis even. They said, "Look, you say America is great and all this stuff like this, all this propaganda America put out, this shining country on the hill and everything. Look what they're doing to the Negroes." Now, in our mind, right, we think this is what's supposed to happen. We thought the lynchings and the burnings of Black community was normal. We said that's a part of being American. Black people will even defend that to this day. They said, well, what about all the Black townships that were burned down? White people burned down Wilmington, Tulsa, Durham, North Carolina, all these places, Rosewood. What about, oh, well, we got to move forward, right? White people never apologized or anything like that. And we basically never made a big deal out of it because we're like, okay, we're in America. We forgot about it, right? Now, here comes new Black immigrants, right? We went through all this hell in America just so we could barely be Americans, right? Just recognize this, let us be Americans. We sent young men to die in these wars for this country, right? The Harlem Hellfighters, right? The 54th of Massachusetts, all these Black regiments and everything. I was watching this one documentary where in Black soldiers that were stationed in World War II were going into white halls and everything, dancing with white girls, whatever. That's what soldiers do, we could judge, we could put our judgment on that and everything. But America, the government tried to introduce Jim Crow laws in England, Britain, and the British rejected it, said, no, we don't have that over here. They said, well, this is what we are. So France rejected that and everything. Italy, we don't want segregation in our country. So America not only segregated us and did all this stuff to us, right? And we still put our lives on the line for this country. They taught other races of people around the world to try to despise us. They Japanese Black soldiers in Japan, they would tell Japanese women, these men are monkeys, they're gorillas, and all stuff like that. You don't want to be with them. In Vietnam,
let me ask this, guys. Number one, guys, hit the like button. Please do me a favor. Please hit the like button. Also, too, somebody in the chat room brought up that since the borders of Africa were created and drawn by white people, that the African in Africa is in the same predicament as Black Americans. What are your thoughts on that?
Okay, right. Well, there's some truth to that, right? Because what we have in Africa, right, is still a colonial infrastructure. Okay, the Black race, right, has not progressed, in that thing. How can you? If you were growing up, like, let me give you an example, right? And I was listening to my teacher today, Mrs. Kyle Fomble of Liberia, on the thing. She was saying that a lot of the names given to the Liberian tribes weren't even the indigenous names. She said there was no such thing as a Bassa or Gribbo or Kru. A lot of these people didn't speak the Kru language, but it's called Kru. There's whatever like that. So we didn't have a written history to understand who we are and stuff like that. So when they created these colonial borders, right, a lot of people were separated, right, because they had a cultural affiliation with each other. And some people were put in areas where they had nothing to do with each other, and they found that they were part of the same country. Okay. Now, that's one thing. And then the other thing is, okay, the infrastructure, right? The infrastructure of Africa is tethered to Europe. Okay. We have Togo right now, who doesn't have any ties to the British, right? Once is applying to join the Commonwealth. Okay. I remember Prince, what's this guy that married Meghan Markle, whatever his name is, Prince Charles, whatever his name is, Prince Harry, whatever that kid's name is, right? He,
Hey, Karen, you got to turn off the playback, Karen.
I remember Prince, what's this guy?
Karen, you got to turn off the playback.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep, I turned it off.
Okay. A couple
Okay,
years
Karen,
ago.
Karen, what you got? What you want to add to the conversation, Karen?
Great information. Prince Dynast, man, just keep up the great work. I look at it like, you being like a special athlete. I mean, your mentality is a little bit different, and you've been to America, you've been to Africa many times. And, I just think that, I just think that this is a great conversation, man. But, the bottom line is, we just need to realize that, Africa is our home. America, we just need to honor our ancestors. You know what I mean? Like Caleb was talking about, like the history of what's been going on. I mean, for us to be, beefing and how stuff goes down in Chicago and all that type of stuff. I mean, I don't want a Prince. I mean, you're a younger guy, and
Bro, I'm 40. I'm 40.
That's still young. I'm 47. I mean, but
Okay.
So I mean, I don't want you to give up on America, man. But it's just like, man, we just need to honor our ancestors, man. And I'm gonna say this, man. I'm gonna back out because Kayla and you, Prince. I mean, you have a lot more experience than me as far as like research and stuff like that. But I just want to say this real quick, man. The drugs that our people are taking right now, our younger people, they're like 20 times stronger than the drugs that were out 25 years ago.
Yeah, but Kurt, I thought weed was from the earth. I thought weed was from the earth.
Yeah. I mean, it is. I mean, but when you mess with the DNA of the weed and make it like 20 times stronger, I mean, it's like Call of Duty, man. It's like these folks aren't really thinking, man. They're reacting. I mean, it's just like, I mean, and a lot of folks, they start in the morning. I mean, drinking, smoking that strong weed, and they go on social media. And one of the people in Atlanta, I live in the Atlanta area. The police guy, he was like the police lieutenant, or the head of police. He was like, people in Atlanta, they have what was it, a like conflict resolution problem. And so these folks, and that is, it's Atlanta, it's everywhere. It's like people, their answer to beef is to just go out high and just make these decisions to shoot. And when they get sobered out, they probably regret it. So we just have like a lot of issues that, I mean, internally, man, from people that are disenfranchised. And I mean, so for me as a black man who loves black people and for decades have been, carrying the weight of trying to be a good black man, being hated on by my peers for the most part, like, get in competitive environments, but that's okay because I understand. But it's just, I mean, we just have to right now just weather the storm, man. And the sky's the limit still. But hey, Prince, I mean, and you too, Caleb. I mean, y'all some great guys, man. I mean,
thank you, brother.
Yeah, yes, sir. I mean,
I don't want people. I don't want to. Like I said, I always when we do these shows, I will get to the point where I pick people's spirits up, right? because the thing about this is I think we can win this, you know. But like I said, Africa has to be part of it, you know. Africa has to be part of it. Malcolm X always said, he said, any movement for the liberation of black people in America based solely in the United States is doomed to fail. Okay, it's doomed to fail. In other words, basically, if your end game is in America, you're going to fail.
Yeah, that's what I appreciate about Prince too, man. Because y'all got to realize, Prince, you and I have never talked, man. But you know, I'm here in Atlanta. You know, I've been a UGA fan for a long time, man. I looked at your story, man. You a beast, man. And I played defensive tackle in college, man. And you being a running back, man, I love running backs, man. I mean, because y'all take a pound. Like, look, this guy Prince. I mean, y'all know him as Prince, but as the guy, what's that, O'Shea? You know,
O'Shea.
Yeah. Prince was. I mean, Prince was. I'm not talking about like an all American, man. So like people who have been in the public eye for that long, I mean, they're strong, man. And to have dealt with people, you know, he's dealt with, man. So like, so I respect your content, what I'm saying, basically. And Kayla, you too, man. I mean, y'all. I mean, I love our people, man. And so I've just come to the point now in my life where I'm just trying to be like a good representation for my ancestors. Yeah.
And what you just said is important, right? I always live my life, right? That unfortunately, this is across the bear as being a black man, as a burden, you know. This would when I meet people and stuff like that, people want to rock with me, BAO, whatever like that, and they want to join me and everything. I look at what some things they say, right? As a black man, right, I know that I can't do certain things because I'm always representing my people at all times, you know. Now there's people out there now tell you when I see all this nonsense, the killings, the music, our culture, and everything. Oh, that's just them. No, it used to be a time in our culture, once upon a time in Black America, where our entertainers knew they were representing their people, right? And where does that come from? This thing called Black love, right? You understand now people don't have much. We don't have power. We don't like that, right? But what they can do is what you can do. If you can't help somebody, don't hurt them. You always represent yourself, you know. How do you help your people? You know, sometimes you don't have to build nothing. Sometimes you have to go out to it. It's just you be the best person you could be. You know what I'm saying? You be that shine light. Shine our little
can't help them, don't hurt them. I love that, man. Like, yeah, because a lot of people can't help you. Yeah, but they can't. I mean, that's powerful, man. For real, I love that.
Hey, we got Kasha Zulu. Go ahead, Kasha Zulu.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, yeah. I didn't know where to get in. I'm pretty much in agreement with a lot of what y'all saying. I don't understand what y'all issue is with the weed though. Y'all put it on the same level as alcohol, and I understand that, but you know, there are other.
Let me ask you real quick, man. How old are you?
I'm 28.
Okay, so 20 years ago, you weren't smoking weed.
20 years ago. Hey, Catch Zulu, there's some feedback coming from you. Is there a way? I don't know. Yeah, it's feedback coming from you. You can roll your window up, or I don't know if you outside or what's going on.
Yeah, sorry, I live in the city.
Hey, Kasha, here's the thing, man. You're 28, so 20 years ago, you were 8. You weren't smoking weed. 20 years ago, I was 27. I smoked weed 20. Right. I smoked weed 30 years ago. It was what would be considered now mid-grade. The weed now is like it's made like it's chemically enhanced. I mean, it's 10 times stronger, dude. I mean, and there's no case study.
What do you mean chemically enhanced?
It's called loud. And what do y'all call it? Like, I mean, it's like it's made.
So it sounds like you don't really have an understanding of what you're talking about.
I mean, well, it may sound like that to you because you like.
Can I interject? Because Kyle, this I don't understand. Like when you criticize a weed has weed, how personal they get about it. Yeah, like they get so personal about their weed.
The thing is, it's like there's a lot of other
but Kasha, no other drug or substance do people. But Kasha, the point I'm trying to make, no other drug or substance Do people get
So
personal
food
about
is a
it?
drug
Oh
as
man,
well.
well, your Budweiser, man, your Budweiser ain't
Check
this,
this out,
man.
Dynasty.
Oh man, that's
Is food a
Budweiser.
drug?
My OE. Just when it comes to weed, black folks take weed so personal.
Check this out. I
never
said this years
understood it.
ago. I said this years ago, Dynasty, right? I said this. I said, look, I said, and I argue with white weed heads, everything. I said, weed is the only drug where you go to a convenience store and you'll see the little keychains with the bud. You'll see I smoke by stuff like that. You don't see somebody wearing opinions of crack vials or anything like that.
Kyla, that's not true. Alcohol
It
is a
the
drug
truth.
as
It is the
well.
truth. I've been studying this for years, bro. Weed
Alcohol is a
one
drug as
that
well.
they make songs about. They like this. There's the only one
They
that people
advertise
campaign about.
alcohol
All
more than any
this.
other drug on the
It's the
planet.
worst drug. I think weed is the worst drug.
No,
And-
alcohol is actually the worst
no,
drug.
let's not
You know
put
how many
alcohol
fatalities
levels.
alcohol caused indirectly and
But
directly?
what I'm saying-
hold on. But Kasha, the point I'm trying to make, Kasha, you know, nobody's going to get offended if you talk about their OE. No one's going to get offended if you talk about their Mad Dog. No one's going to get offended if you talk about their Budweiser. But damn it, when it comes to weed, black folks will listen. I had an
Almost get
ex-girlfriend.
violent.
Listen, I had an ex-girlfriend. I one day was playing around with her, I said, "Oh, you smoke Bama weed?" Boy, she got pissed. Like she got heated. Like I just don't get it with black people and weed. How y'all just get so personal about y'all weed.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
I'm not getting personal. Like it sounds like
You get
you're more
offended.
angry than I am about the situation that I brought it up.
No,
But I
Kasha,
just like balance. That's all. That's all I like is balance. And I just see some imbalance there. You know, like
I
y'all,
feel you, man. Hey, Kasha, let me.
everybody on this panel drinks alcohol. All of y'all do.
Hey, look, like Kasha, check it out, man. Like 20 years ago, I mean, when you were a kid, I mean, weed was out, but it wasn't as strong as it is now. People weren't killing, like in our communities, we weren't dying as fast because of gun violence.
Dude, the murder rate in Chicago was literally damn near 1,000 bodies a year in the 90s. The whole decade. What are you talking about?
That was crack. That was crack epidemic. That was crack.
Okay. So people weren't smoking weed in the 90s? Friday.
They're smoking
come on, bro. They're smoking drone. They were smoking drone. Come on, y'all.
I feel you, man. I mean,
I think I understand what you're trying to say, Kern.
Yeah,
but
man.
at the same time, brother, you don't understand the science behind it. It sounds like
Science.
you're really ignorant about it.
Science.
I mean, there's like 30 different, a million different strands of weed. The purple kush, the super.
Okay,
super
so how
smoker.
many different
And
peppers
fentanyl lace. People get
what's
fentanyl.
it doing? What's
How
it
many
doing?
different
What's that weed doing to you?
peppers are there?
But what does it do for you? What does it do for you?
What was
How does
that?
it build you?
And then what's it doing to you, to your brain? I mean,
What is overeating doing to your brain?
Oh, see, why you gotta get personal? Why you get like this? I mean, come on.
I'm not getting personal.
Let's say something, Kasha.
Black people
when
abuse
you
food,
lose, you gotta
but
be-
nobody talks about that. So we can't talk about how fat we are.
Check
But
this
we
out.
talk
Let
about
me
I'm
ask you a question.
280 pounds. I mean, I bench 450 pounds. I mean,
Yeah,
I mean, that's irrelevant.
let me ask Kasha's question, right? The topic of tonight is Black America. Like this is a topic you've been adamant about when not you and Ben Useless talk about all the time. Black immigrants, we call them tethers, right? They're tethered to us and everything. Are Black America the biggest tethers? Because we're tethered to white America. 100%. We're tethered to white America. We're tethered to people who don't give a shit about us and whatnot. And we're holding on. We got people wearing the American flag in the background of their show, you know? And so,
I agree.
Who's the real tether? Who's the real tether?
I agree. We are tethered to white Americans. That's
so
true.
what I'm saying, so us Pan-Africanists, right? We're saying we want to be tethered to the liberation and the global liberation of our people. That's what I want to be tethered to. I don't want to be tethered to America.
I want to be tethered to that too, but the idea that like everybody has a like subjective mindset when it comes to that. Like everybody's way of doing that is differently. Like I've heard people say that the people in Australia are not African. Like, are we not?
I don't. That's
them
too? They're not genetically. They're not Africans. What I'm saying is this: we're talking
but
about.
They still black.
We're
they're
talking
still
about
black people who went through just what we
you know what, Akasha, you know what you need to do? Go to your local map store, whatever like that, and get yourself a globe, right? A globe.
Kala.
And you hold on. Just do this. Listen to me 1 second, bro. Young brother. Look at me 1 second, right?
Kala, why are you telling me to get a globe, bro?
Hold on. Get yourself a globe, right? Let me finish what I'm saying.
Man,
right?
listen to your elders,
I said,
Kasha.
listen, right?
I mean,
Get
these
yourself
young
a globe.
people are so disrespectful, man.
Check this out. Listen, get yourself a
Who wants to
globe.
help them?
When you get yourself a globe, right? And when you see the size, the size of that continent, which is still the black majority, right? Particularly sub-Saharan Africa, right? The vastness and the endlessness potential of that continent, right? Of that continent.
Yeah.
Why is it that I've heard you so many times when we don't need Africa and all stuff like this?
Dude,
And,
you Kala, you never. My name is Kashka Zulu.
Hold on.
Never heard me say that.
But you believe in the ADOS FBA stuff. ADOS FBA fundamentally.
I do believe.
The only reason why ADOS FBA exists is to counter the Pan-African movement, which they saw was going somewhere. And they want to counter, and it's also to counter with the worst element of Black America is the self-hate and the hatred of their African ancestry, right? And that's what the ADOS FBA tapped into. They call Black immigrants tethers, like they got to bow down to Black America and everything. And we're freaking, how you gonna?
I'm married to a tether, Kala.
Hold on. Why are you going to talk about Black immigrants are tethered to Black Americans? They come in our country and everything, when white people feel the same way about us. I would love for somebody to get on this show tonight. These FBA ADOS people, these people basically going through all this rigmarole about reparations and everything. It's all basically to tie Black people back in. What you're doing is when you ask for reparations and stuff like this, what you're doing is giving power back to the same people you claim is going to is oppressing you.
I do believe there's a bill that's
and you're never gonna get it. You're never gonna get it. You know,
I believe in taking it.
Hold on. You cannot call yourself an American. You cannot call yourself an American. Say I'm an American.
I don't call myself an American.
You guys, what is foundational Black American? You're saying you call yourself an American.
Okay, listen. I identify with the lineage of the group of people who were enslaved in America. I identify with that lineage of people. Yes.
Yeah, but hold up. But there's a lot of people that basically say that some people aren't true so-called ADOS because their ancestors might have came from the Caribbean in the 1800s, all kinds of stupid stuff. That's what it's devolved into. So basically, I've been called a tether.
A lot of our
listen, we got another caller.
Man, you think you know it all at 28, man.
Okay, hold on. Hold on. Let's get to okay.
You just a old nigga that's trying to die quiet.
Okay, hold on, y'all. We got CK Romante. Go ahead, CK Romante.
Yo,
hold on, guys. We got CK Romante on. Go ahead, CK Romante.
You could hear me?
It's going in and out. Like it's,
Can you hear me?
I hear an echo.
Call back in, brother. Call back in. Yeah. It's just hold on. Let me.
Curve, bro. You just. Old nigga that's looking for.
Okay, we got prime.
47 is old. You know me? When you get 47, are you gonna be old?
Oh no.
Hey, I might not make it to 47.
Exactly. So just shut up and learn, man. I mean,
Negro, what do I need to learn from you?
Okay, you won't hear nothing from me.
All right, there we go. Hey, Prime Freeman, go ahead, Prime Freeman.
I won't
peace. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we hear you just fine. Go ahead.
Okay, so I just joined in late. Like I don't know exactly what y'all said and what I missed, but I did see the title.
Start with the title.
Okay, so the title is Black America the real tether? The real tether to what?
Oh, the people you're trying to get reparations from.
How can we be a tether to the U.S. government when we created the United States of America?
Oh, you created the United States of America? Dude, you can't be. You're not smoking something, are you, Prime Freedom? You're not smoking something, are you? You created the United States government.
I'm smoking you right now and it's live, but other than that, no.
You're more delusions, Well, instead of let's start with the insults already. Tell us what's on your mind and whatnot,
I just told you, how can we be a tether to the United States government?
You know why you're a tether? Because you basically said that you want a status correction, right? Who's going to give it that to you? The United States government, right?
No, that's not what I said. No.
That's exactly what you said.
No, it's not.
You know, that's exactly what you said.
No,
You
it's
said
not.
you need a correction.
So you're gonna tell me what I said?
I'm telling you what you said. We all know what you said. You know,
And what did I say? I wanted a status correction.
You said you need a status corrector that's freedman. You said you want your status.
That's not what I said.
Why you consider freedman? You said you want a status
Let's
correction.
replay the broadcast, and we can see that you're lying as usual.
Hold on. You want a status correction, right? And the person will give it to you.
No, that's not what I said. You're already starting off wrong.
That's exactly
okay.
what
Hold on, Colin. Okay, Prime Freeman. What? Go ahead. What do you want?
As far as what? We're demanding reparations. It's in the Constitution that we can petition the government for grievances.
Okay, what article?
Hold on, Colin. But if you created the government, why are you guys petitioning yourself?
Because we're citizens. America? As a citizen, that's our right.
But you said you created America. So how do you become a citizen if you created America? You should be. I mean, you guys should be dominating the government. You should be controlling the government. You should be controlling the resources. You should be controlling the infrastructure. So what happened?
Are you familiar with American history? Because I'm
very familiar.
Okay,
so if you,
all right,
if you,
so
but if you created
right now,
America,
the government. I'm about to answer your question. Right now, the government is full of white supremacy. So we have to replace that system of white supremacy with some pro-freedman representation.
Okay, so
we've done that before historically.
Okay, so if you study history of any country, okay, so I'll give you a prime example. These white folks, January 6th, you know, they obviously didn't agree with the election, so they bum rushed the Capitol. You know, when America was a British colony, you know, Paul Revere, whatever his name was, said, "Give me liberty, give me death." They went to war.
No taxation without representation. Exactly.
So how's the Prime Freeman going to bum rush the United States government and take it over? You know, how's that going to happen?
I'm not going to incite violent acts towards the United States on YouTube. What we can do is, like I said, petition the government. This is a demand on a debt that's owed to those who are ancestors or descendants of the 40 acres and a mule. So everybody else gets resources in this country. Everybody else gets reparations. So it will be no different for the American freedmen. It's very simple. And I think y'all understand what I'm saying. Y'all making it a little bit more complicated than it has to be.
So you're saying your history, everything you're about is tethered to whether white people decide to give it to you.
White people didn't give us freedom. Are you aware that without the American freedmen, hold on, let me finish. Are you aware that without the Revolutionary War, the black fighters and black soldiers, the Freedmen, foundational black American fighters and soldiers, they helped win the war. The same war. So nobody gave us. See, he keeps talking about we're begging white people. Nobody gave us anything. We fought and bled and died and killed.
And what do you have to show for it? I mean, what do you have to show for?
We have you to show for it. You're here. We have other black immigrants to show for it. They're here reaping the benefits of our labor. So we have the culture. We have the culture of America to show for it. We have the culture of Black America to show for it. All the history, the Black Wall Street, everything.
Prime Freeman, have you ever driven across the George Washington Bridge?
Yes.
Okay, now, did a black man build that bridge?
The George Washington Bridge?
No. Yes or no?
You're asking me a question. I'm trying to understand your question.
No, just a simple question. Did a black man build the bridge? You said we built this.
We built America.
I go across the George Washington Bridge. That thing's like.
What year was the bridge? What year was the bridge created? Like, what is your point here?
No. The point I'm trying to make is you're
trying to say if a black man didn't create the George Washington Bridge, we didn't create America. What the hell are you talking about, man?
Let me play it to you like this, right? I'm confused here, right? On one hand, you say we built this country, but then you say that somehow we got enslaved, right? And we got to petition the people that we free. So in other words, how can you build something? A slave doesn't build anything. He works under the behest, under the duress of another race of people, right? You said we built this
False.
country. It's ours. It's
False.
not ours. You don't build for somebody else. You don't build for
False.
yourself. You build for somebody else as a slave.
False.
That is the truth.
That's the truth.
So throughout history,
Prime,
I have never.
Prime, can I ask you a question real quick?
You
Prime,
just did, but ask me another one.
Okay, you're smart. Okay, you're witty or whatever you want to call yourself. How old are you, Prime?
I'm old enough. My ancestors been here since on paper 1825, and before that. So I'm at least 200 something years old.
Okay, great. Okay, so I mean, the bottom line is, man, we're trying to get on the same page.
Absolutely, if we can.
That's what I'm saying. So if you don't, I mean, I can't even ask you how old you are.
You just did ask me, but I just told you on documents 1825. So that would make me 197 years old.
How old are you, Prime?
I just told you.
Okay, that's
okay.
what
We're gonna move on.
I'm 58. I'm 58.
Hold on, Mufasa. Go ahead and mute yourself. Mufasa.
Young too, man.
Go ahead and
58 years old.
Yeah, I'm here.
Go ahead, Mufasa.
I think so we can't be tethers if we didn't ask to come here. You know what I'm saying? How can we be tethers and we were brought here by force?
No, well, I'm saying is this. This is my point, Mufasa, my good brother. Good seeing you again, man. We got to talk some more.
Yeah, no doubt.
This is the point I'm trying to make, right? Granted, we were brought here by force. Like me and Diamond's talking about this, but we had the opportunity to leave America. You know, I mean, George Washington Williams, right? Somebody African Americans don't even know about. If you want to know a little bit, read about him. When Samuel L. Jackson brought him to life in the movie Tarzan of Greystone, 2017. He played George Washington Washington Williams. He was an African American who believed, right? He was from Philadelphia. He believed that the black man in America, right, needs to go to war, drive the Belgians out of the Congo, and build a new nation and everything, take over Africa. There was many African Americans who said, we need to be. You don't know who John Round Washburn was, right? These are people who said, all these people said, America, we need to get the hell out of here. We need to build our ancestral homeland, drive the white man out in slavery and everything like that. Was written out of history, right? We were brought over here, right? But there was African Americans who left. There was African Americans who went to the Dominican Republic, Haiti, Panama, Canada, Russia, France, and everything, right? But the whole thing is this idea that we were here in America. We're inside the borders of the United States. We're not in America, right? America is where the white people live, and where black people who live 2% into a white community. That's America. The hellholes you see in the inner city, that's not America, right? That's just some area that we occupy inside the borders of the United States. So we're not here we're not in America. Our mind's in America, right? Because we want to be American. That's what tethers us to America. Our mind.
Negro talking.
Okay, but I'm glad you said that. Now, because I wanted to ask you, I don't know how many of us actually had that opportunity, even though those ideas were out there. I don't know how many actually had the opportunity to leave, because Martin Delaney, if I'm not mistaken, went to Africa and said that he's seeing no place for the black man there. So I don't know if everyone had the opportunity so where we can make that.
No. It's like this. Let me say this is what happened. This is what happened, right? There was Liberia. There was a successful republic. We created a republic, right? And then you had African Americans who migrated to South Africa. People don't realize this. Johannesburg was first settled by African Americans working for the Anglo-American corporations. There was African Americans that went to several parts of Africa, settled in Jamestown and Ghana. People don't know about that history. There was African Americans who went to British Guyana. There was African Americans who went to. We were always like this. We always wanted to go someplace. The Great Migration was really basically we went up north, right, and we settled in the black enclaves, right, away from white people. So therefore, this idea that we stayed inside of America, no, America is where white people are, right? That's the America. We went to our enclaves, or black people trying to get the hell out of here. There was no evidence that black people on the whole wanted to build next door. Now, when you see black like Tulsa and stuff like that, that only happened because black people had their own communities, land, and everything like that. And when they started building roads and infrastructure, white people had mobility and range to get to them. Okay, there was white people who came all the way from to burn down Wilmington. White people came as far as Tennessee to burn that down because there was no protection. And then after Wilmington, black people realized that we're never going to be safe anywhere inside the United States, inside the borders of the United States, protected inside the borders of the United States. So it's an idea like this. So we're here in America, right? And when you look at black people, I look at Whoopi Goldberg. We American. When did we become Americans? That's what I want to know. You know,
just recently.
One
it
thing
just
to live
happened
inside
like within the
United
last
States, but when
like
did
10 years.
when did we mentally become Americans?
I don't. It's like it just happened recently. I think you know what? I think it was Obama.
The tether is in the mind.
The Black Wall Street citizens was kicking the white terrorist ass, and then the government dropped bombs on them, sir.
No. Actually, they were disarmed before they get started. You need to know the history. The black soldiers stayed there. The white mob came in 2000.
So what are you then? So why are you in America then? Because let me ask you another question. Let me ask you another question, and this is open for the panel. This is open for the panel. What do we say about the Pan-Africanists who are coming to America then?
What I'm saying is they come into the United States. They're not coming to America. You know, there's a difference. You're trying to be an American. I'm a citizen of the United States. You know what? What do
we say about the Pan-Africanists who come to the United States? Like, you're still not answering the question.
Right? And a Captain American Negro believes.
You're not answering the question. It's an honest question for a dialogue. What do we say about the Pan-Africanists who are coming to the United States and who are coming to America? Because your position is we should go to Africa. Fine. What do you say to the people who are leaving Africa and coming to America?
Well, it depends on what they're coming here for. If they're coming here trying to be an American, man, I wish them a lot of luck, but good luck on that. We proved that, you can never be a fully American. Look at that guy that got killed in
America from Africa. I'd tell them, if you're going to be all on the white side and anti-African American, don't fake the funk. I've met many people from Africa here who aren't really with us like that.
Right, that's true.
So I just say, look, I'm looking at them side eyes anyway.
Okay. Right, I agree with that too. I agree with that.
Fair enough.
I just let me give you an example. Right, back in the days before so-called desegregation integration, right, when black immigrant came here, where'd they go to? They went to the black church, they went to the black school, they joined the black Masonic, so they went into the black community. That's why in the 60s and 70s, most of our leaders were from the Caribbean. Kwame Stokely Carmichael, these guys were from the Caribbean. Roy Ennis, all these guys were from the Caribbean. All these people that ran CORE and SNCC and all these guys are from Caribbean background. So there was no difference between Black America and Caribbeans. That's this new age nonsense. So therefore, like I said, people came to America, but they came to a Black America. Now we see Black America's falling apart, right? Because nobody wants to build Black America. They just want to be American, period. We're losing whatever little space we had here. We used to have safe communities where you can go there and say, okay, I want to live among my people. We don't have that anymore.
How safe were they if you came at the Black Wall Streets saying that they were enclaves that was able to get destroyed?
You'll listen one time. That was 1921, right? I'm talking about during the 1950s. Black people were making progress. Malcolm X even admit that. Black people were making progress. There were Black communities in Detroit.
Wall Street was until like the 60s. Like it wasn't just Oklahoma.
So Black people, basically Black people got gained from America's industrial post-World War II industrial thing. And so therefore we had jobs and everything. You can get a job or whatever like that. 2 factory jobs. You got a middle-class home. That's what it was. Then like I said, in the 90s and everything, all those jobs start going to Mexico and overseas. We don't have that anymore in Black America.
Let me ask you, because you brought up a good point. You said that we're in America, but we're in
the United States.
Yeah, we're whichever word you want.
Malcolm X said that we're a colony.
We're domestic. We're basically a domestic colony here, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But that goes against something Dinah said. Well, I think you've been saying it too that I disagree with. That we wanted to integrate into white America. I don't know.
Let me say this, Mufasa. We talked about this before. It's like this. If you basically say to Black people, right, like, we're not going to give you a dime for your schools. We're not going to give you anything. And that times Black people want. Let me give you a perfect example, right? My family is from Harlem and North Carolina, right? My uncle Al, right? He's my senior uncle Al, right? He's my father's brother-in-law. He's an older elder. He was a mentor to my father. He was like the oldest. His kids were older than mine. My cousins were older than mine. His kids were older, right? Like 10 years. He came from North Carolina, right? Worked in the sanitation department, made good money and everything. He traveled the world, family travel. He took his family to Disney. That's the life he wanted. He basically said the schools that were in South Jamaica, Queens, right? He didn't like them, right? He said like this. He got his kids to go to Forest Hills High School in Queens, the top high school in Queens, New York, right? So therefore, he said, look, he died in the same house in a black neighborhood and everything, but he wanted his kids to go to those white schools, white institutions, because he believed that they had the best education. And my cousins, they turned out good, doctors, lawyers.
What year is this?
Like that, you know. So this was the 60s. He moved up. He came to New York in 1959. You know, my oldest cousin Al, he passed away. He was born in 1959, same year. You know, and so therefore, therefore, they came to New York and everything. And he worked he got a job in sanitation. That was the right path. You start off as a longshoreman. Every black man from the North Carolina came and got a job as a longshoreman. When you save enough money to put down on a house or not, they bought a house, right? My father's side of the family, my mother's side of the family, they moved from Harlem, right? And they moved right next door to my uncle's house, right? And that's how my father and mother met. You know, my father and mother met, you know? And that's where they met right there in the same neighborhood right there.
Get to the point, sir.
But the point, I am making a point if you listen, you know? The point I'm trying to make is, right, just because somebody wants the best out of America, right, don't mean they're trying to integrate. You know, they lived in South Jamaica, Queens, right? All black neighborhood, enclave, right? But his kids went to Forest Hills, predominantly white school. You know what I'm saying? So that wasn't integration.
We got to do. Go ahead, Robert. Robert Bowles. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Robert.
Yes, sir. This is my point. Listening is, you know, I keep hearing you saying we're tethered. Since we put in history so much into this land, I believe we should be working on what ways we can work together rather than saying who wants to be separated or not. What is the goal? The goal should be Pan-African or not. Once you get reparations, are you going to use them with them? Are they going to be a part of it? Once we got the money in the land, are we going to use this land and this money to unite with Africa, to unite with Pan-Africanism? Because if a Pan-Africanist can get it done, then it got done. If an FBA or at ADOS does it, it got done. That should be the goal. Tether, to me, it's irrelevant. We've done too much to say that gives them the right to say that we're tethered to them. I believe they tethered themselves to us. They tethered themselves to everyone else's cause, because every time a black man goes to the Supreme Court, they give something to a white female. Thurgood Marshall goes to the Supreme Court. Now white women can go to college. Adam Clayton Powell, Martin Luther King work. Now white women get affirmative action.
I wish we could call back.
See, so every time we go to the Supreme Court, they give something to their female to advance themselves. So I think it should be turned around. They tethered themselves to all of our success. So that's what I would have to say.
So Robert,
yes, sir.
Whose fault is that?
Us not being vigilant about keeping whatever we've done and making sure whatever we've done in history, we learn it and teach it to the people that are coming up. We have to take everything a black man has done in history, and we have to be about aggrandizing it and making sure we understand it, we know it, and we keep it in people's faces by us continuing it. Not just looking for them to give us reparations, but what will we get from them? What are we working on? While they're not giving us reparations, how much have we taken back for ourselves and said, this is part of reparations, what we're going to be doing when we get this check? That's what I
understand what he's
saying. Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's on you, caller. We hear him. It's you, caller. Go ahead, Robert.
Yes, sir. So that's what I would say. It's not about, it's on us to stop just asking. And once things happen, we didn't keep our history up. We as black men didn't continue to become scientists, doctors, lawyers. Like when Thurgood went to the Supreme Court, his education was on a level where he can defeat the Supreme Court. We have to be ready before we even go to their colleges. We have to continue the history of being able to build cities. When we don't have rights, we build cities. We have to do that now. So I would say it's on us.
I agree. I agree with that. I just think
hold on a second. Let me Experience Liberia. Go ahead. Experience Liberia.
Yeah.
You got to mute yourself, Experience Liberia. You got to mute yourself. Go ahead.
Thank you, Dynast. Thank you guys for having me on. I was sitting here listening to what you guys were saying, and to piggyback off what Robert Boyd was saying, was that we talk about the same thing, but we don't actually work toward a solution on building a unity. And this is how we have been divided since the inception of this thing, of us getting free, being segregated, and being pitted against each other. It's the oldest trick in the book. We already know that. And I keep saying this to everybody. We have to go back and study the oppressor and what they use to divide us and to build upon that. The same way they did with us, we can utilize the same thing. They have a think tank. They sit there, they thinking about ways on how to keep us down, keep us pitted against each other. It goes back to, and a lot of people don't understand this, that memorandum that they signed back under Henry Kissinger is to infiltrate and to keep us separated even when they're apartheid. And everybody follows the Black American and what we did with the Civil Rights Movement, the Black Panther, all of that. We are very implemental and change the world, right? So when you see, excuse me?
How can we be a tether then if we've contributed so much to this country?
Here's a problem, right? Here's a problem. Let me say this.
Let them experience Liberia. Ask the question. Go ahead and experience Liberia.
I don't agree with that term, that word, or whoever came up with tether. All I know is that we're human beings and we all have been oppressed. When you look at our brothers and sisters across the diaspora of African descent throughout, it's been the same thing. This is by design. Okay. You go to Asia, the same thing. You go to what you say, the Caribbeans, it's the same thing. Under the same government, under the same hierarchy of keeping us down. So the thing comes, we see what's going on.
But the topic today is Black America. How is Black America?
Muslim. It's okay nationality. But at the end of the day, we look the same in the lineup. We're still being oppressed the same and treated the same.
Right.
It doesn't matter.
Hold
on one second. So, okay, so the I guess the reason why we said tether is because, like I said before, Black Americans had the opportunity to leave. You know, after the Civil War, we refused to stay. And to prove that we're American as white people, you know, we decided on integration.
We fought their wars.
We fought the wars. We decided on integration. We wanted to be GI Joes. Hold on one second, Colonel. You know, we complain about racism in World War II. You know, Red Summer. Then we go join Vietnam, complain about Vietnam. Other day, I'm looking at the news. You got Black soldiers in 2020 still complaining about racism in the service and in the military. You know, we wanted to integrate the chicken I guess the chicken in the Black community wasn't good enough, so we bum rushed the white dynasty so we could eat their piece of chicken. So that's what we're talking about.
This is so easy though. That anti-Black racism, white supremacy is all over the world. So even if we leave, America and go to Africa, what will be different?
Again, we could. Let's just start with the military. We complain about how we were mistreated in World War I. Guess what? Black people joined the forces of World War II, continue to complain. Join the Korean War, continue to complain. Join in Vietnam, served as cannon fodder, continue to complain. Brag about Civil War, continue to complain. To this day, Black people in the military who are serving as, you know, who are pretty much playing a part in this white United States of America war machine are still complaining. Like, that's a choice, unless you were drafted. Like, here you go, Muhammad Ali.
Look no further than the NFL and NBA.
It sounds like y'all complaining right now. I'm here to fight. I'm here to fight. I'm not here to leave and go to different countries. I'm not here to leave and go all over the globe.
Didn't Ice Cube?
Like, what is your goal? My goal is power all across the board. My goal is power all across the board, so that we can destroy the system. That's my goal.
We want to be in their institutions, their everything. That's what I mean by we're tethered. Yeah, I believe that we're tethered to America.
Who's we?
They're seeking approval. I believe it's just black people seek approval. That's what it is.
There's a section
They're
of
seeking
us in
approval
Black
from them.
America who's not trying to do that.
I mean, that's where the resources are. Huh? Is it
There's
approval?
a section in us in Black
Is it
America
me?
who's
Is
not
it me?
trying to do that.
Break it up. Maybe I need to come back in, Dynasty.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a
seeking
section,
approval.
there's a section of us in Black
Yes,
America who's not trying to do that. This leave. We
I
here to
gotta come
fight
back in.
and amass and aggregate
You're
power.
not fighting, bro. You're not fighting. You're not fighting, bro. You're not fighting. You're not fighting.
Can I say this?
How you gonna tell us we not fighting?
You're not fighting.
You're begging. You're
You
asking.
don't know what we're
begging.
doing.
You're
You
petitioning.
in the Pan-Africanist circle, you don't know what we're doing, what we're organizing. And
Okay, you know what? What are you organizing? Go ahead.
we're organizing for power here in America so that when we do get attacked, we can protect
You're
ourselves.
tethered to America. You want to be Americans.
We're already American. You're American.
No, you're not.
You
You're not
fool.
an American, man. Where do you get that from? You're not American.
What does it say on
You're
what does it
US
say on your
citizen.
ID
Or
and
you're
your
US citizen.
passport?
You're American.
You sound
An
foolish.
American is a
You
white
sound
person,
foolish.
man. If you was
Anyway, like
American,
I
you
was
wouldn't be
saying,
asking for
allow me to
reparations.
answer the question
And it doesn't
because
make any
you
sense.
can't even
You
have a
can't be an
conversation
American
on here because
and
you
talk
always
about,
got to
I
jump
want to
in
sue this
and
person
not
for
let
what they did to
anybody
me. You're not
speak.
an American, you know?
How you gonna tell me what I
You're not an
am?
American, man. That's just
Dynasty,
oxymoron.
let me say this.
And what are you? What are you? You're an African?
Hold on. One mic.
Like, come on, man.
Yeah,
We're
I'm
here to
African.
amass and aggregate power for protection and reparations to get what's owed to us and our ancestors, man. We're not here to flee. We're not here to run away.
You're not getting power. Just let that go. Free Game Podcast. Go ahead.
Hey, so
We
so
get
my
power.
question is,
Ain't no power
my
in Africa.
question, man, this dude here talks so much. Man, my question for Prime Freeman. Okay, basically what they did, you built the shit. Your people built it. Um, after you built it, they said, "Oh, thank you. We didn't have to do the work. I'm gonna just let this military over here deal with you. And if you jump crazy, we'll just kill you all." So how are you going to fight when you don't even have enough people in America to fight and succeed and be alive to tell a story?
Is that what you would have told the British who fought against the the Americans here and the colonies who fought against the Britain government?
Dude, America never fought. America never fought against the British Army.
What are you talking about, man?
America never fought. They made a deal.
Who's they?
They said the American government made a deal with the British government. Hey, get your feet off our neck. Get your feet off our neck a little bit more. And guess what? We still got to pay them taxes to this day.
Okay, what's your point?
The point is we don't have enough people here in America to fight against the military in America. We don't have no military. We have no resources to fight back. The war is over, man.
Okay, so you have a self-defeated attitude. You're a child of perpetual.
No, I don't. I don't. I have a strategy.
I mean, do we really want to defeat?
I'm not really hearing a strategy. I'm hearing a lot of self-defeatism as we don't have this and we can't do that and we've been beaten up and all this other stuff. And we're complaining and all this other stuff.
What about until the
sounds like
meantime?
only a
What
couple
about
of us
until the
actually have
meantime?
some solutions on here while the rest of y'all
Okay,
are defeated.
okay. If you say you have a solution, until the meantime, since they're not outright attacking us today on this show, since they're not outright attacking us, and you can't seem to let these black men speak without you feeling because they're not agreeing that we should seek power. Prove some power in the conversation without going back over and talking about somebody that's not accepting you, because half the people may not accept you, but you still want them to be free and be saved if we get power in this land, because you can't tell me your attitude can be over the group once we defeat white men, because you're going to keep trying to force people without learning that you still will have to have people here they're not going to agree if we beat them. What about all the black females that love white men? They're going to hate us. So you have to work with what you have. Now, these black men are on the show. Show them what your power is when it comes to you working with them, because these are the same people you talking about getting power with.
Great question. Great question. The thing is, a lot of the people, not all on this panel or just the audience, they don't have the same strategy, tactics, and ideology as mine. So the position that you're coming from is working with them is flawed. We don't have the same goals.
Okay, but why can't we both do it at the same time?
Pan-African. I mean, somebody has a Pan-African ideology, and in that ideology, they want to leave America and go to Africa, which is also being colonized by non-Africans or whatever.
Okay, but what I'm saying is,
fight. Say that.
How do we contradict your plan? If some of us go or don't go, we focus on Africa, we build these bridges. Why do we contradict the plan to the point where you have to come and tell us what we're doing is wrong? How does that contradict?
I'm not saying what you're doing is wrong. You see what I'm saying? That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that we don't have a meeting of the minds, and that when people say, "Oh, let's all come together, let's have unity," and all. In order to do that and come together and have unity, you have to have a common goal.
Okay, so you basically
and our common interests, our common political interests are not aligned. So I cannot work with someone who has the ideology or the interest of leaving America.
You didn't say anything yet, though. You didn't say anything yet. You have an opportunity to tell these people that are listening, what is your political goals here? If you speak with your political goals here, beyond facing them, beyond just saying get power, what's the first step? What is your ideology? You're independent. You're what? What do you read? What do you do?
Okay, so for example, me personally, I have worked on campaigns and gotten someone in my local office into a position of power right now as we speak. Okay. So that being said, I'll give you an example. Matter of fact, we know America is being gentrified all over the country.
Prime, let me interject. I'm so sorry. Who's that local person so we can back them?
It's all good.
So I'm saying how?
No, Prime Freeman. Who's the local person? What's the name of the person? Where their office? Where they at? So we could back them. I could bring them on the show. Hey, this is what we're trying to do. Let's get behind this brother. Who's that person?
It's a woman.
What's her name, Prime Freeman?
Kristen Jordan.
Huh?
Kristen Jordan.
Kristen Jordan. Where's she located?
Harlem. She's on the city council.
Okay, so Kristen Jordan. Is it how do you spell it?
KRISTIN JORDAN.
Okay.
Maybe he should put her information in the chat. Put it down in the chat, let people see it.
Prime Freeman, do me a favor. Put her right now. Put her name in a private chat, and then, like I said, if she's doing the work for us, let's get behind her. So do me a favor. Put her name in the private chat.
Okay. That's awesome, Prime. Good job, man. I mean, you Optimus Prime right now.
I mean, how could a woman?
The many FBA Freeman people who's trying to do the work, and I'm walking it like I talk it. Okay. You know what I'm saying? That's
how you walking it, and we own less than 1% of all resources in America. You can't fight.
So hold on. I can respond to that.
So Prime Freeman. So is it Kristen Richardson Jordan?
Yes.
Okay, so this is the issue, bro. Hold on, let me I'm gonna share her page real quick. Her and we're gonna go through this together. No interruptions. Let's go through this real quick. Because hold on 1 second.
I think Prime is Puerto Rican, right? You Puerto Rican, Prime?
Hold on. Okay, here.
I am not Puerto Rican.
You sound.
No, listen. Let's focus. Hold on 1 second. Let's focus. Hold on. All right, Kristen Richardson Jordan, Community Councilwoman for District 9. All right, that's the sister right there. Okay, shout out to the sister. All right, Office of Councilwoman. Okay, here we go. Harlem, New York. That's what's up. Radical Love News. Here we go. Let's go right here. Okay, holding. Here we go. Holding. Here's some of our, what she's trying to accomplish. Holding police accountable in abolition. Actually affordable housing, redistributing wealth and resources to those most in need and most oppressed, living longer, safety and care for our seniors, education for all and environmental justice, meaningful change. All right. I haven't seen anything on here about
that
freedom.
spells out Harlem, by the way, for the listeners.
Okay, right, but I haven't seen anything about Friedman on here yet.
She's a freedman.
I know, but I haven't seen anything that she's going to specifically support Friedman.
She's in office right now to fight for the freedmen, as well as like
okay. Let me scroll back up, Prime Friedman. Okay, so
yeah.
let's look at this. Let's look at these bullet points. Holding police accountable and abolition, actually affordable housing, redistributing wealth and resources to those most in need and most oppressed, living longer, safety and care for our seniors, education for all, and environmental justice, meaningful change. I see nothing on here about Freeman, but let me continue. I just see the typical left, vague and abstract. Okay, here we go. Let me read this.
Vague and abstract. Don't disrespect. Come on, man. Don't disrespect.
Bro,
we got somebody who's in office.
He's just telling you the truth, bro.
And then if
He's
you want to
just telling
talk
you
about,
the truth,
if you want to talk about specifics and politics, you got Marcel. Like, come on, don't disrespect.
Marcel, no. You brought up Christian. We're not talking about Marcel. You brought up Christian. So let me read through this. Christian Richardson.
I could bring up Marcel as well. That only proves my point.
Hold on. Let's focus on Christian. That's who you.
Let's go. Come on.
Pointed. Christian Richardson Jordan is a creative Black lesbian activist, author, teacher, Brown University graduate, social justice, spiritual warrior, third generation. Hold on, y'all. Let me finish. And third generation Harlemite who began representing Harlem, New York City Council District 9. Okay, now I'm gonna say this.
Does she have kids first, honest? Did she have kids before she made that decision as like women?
Well, see, this is the problem. I'm gonna be honest. A lot of our Black LGBT. Oh, there's a lot of background noise. Hold on. A lot of our Black LGBTQIA LMNOP. They're LGBTQIA LMNOP first before they're Black. Let's just be honest.
Really?
They're fighting up for that first.
I agree with you on that. Can I respond?
Well, let me finish reading this because I might miss something. She might at the end say, "Hey, I'm gonna fight for freedom." I don't want to miss that. Let me read through this. Harlemite who began representing Harlem, New York City, Council District 9, Central Harlem on January 1st, 2022. She believes in full employment, free quality education, free public transportation, and prison abolition, and has a policy platform encompassing 7 policy-focused areas that spell out Harlem, which we already went over. As a council member, she promptly serves on 6 committees, including the Sanitation Committee, the Committee on Aging, the Committee on Veteran Affairs, Women and Gender Equity, Youth Services, and the Committee on Civil and Human Rights. Dubbed the female Charles Barron. Who is Charles Barron?
He's a Pan-Africanist here in Harlem.
Okay, for her progressive and at times even radical politics, she works closely with her partner in crime in his work on the Committee on Housing, Committee on Public Housing, and Committee on Higher Education. At 34 years old, Christian is the youngest Black woman to hold this office in this district. She also, along with Crystal Hudson, is among the first openly LGBT Black woman to be on the New York City Council from any district. This, in addition to the politics she brings with her servant heart and movement leadership, is a recipe for meaningful, lasting, necessary change. So nothing on here says specifically she's going to do anything for Black people. I see nothing reparations related. I see nothing freedmen related. So, I mean, but go ahead. You got the floor.
She supports reparations. She supports the freedmen. Are you going to let me respond? Because you spoke for like 5 minutes and you the host. I get that. I would love to respond.
Okay, go ahead.
She is the city councilwoman for Harlem District 9, which is majority freedmen and Black people. And then you got other groups of people. But she supports reparations. She actually went against Al Sharpton and his gentrification program out here in Harlem, in which they were trying to create some luxury apartments out here in Harlem that would entirely exclude the historically Black people here in Harlem, or African people, as y'all would call it, since y'all Pan-African, the historically Black residents here in Harlem. She went up against him and shut that down. You see what I'm saying? So she's out here doing the work. She's not like as adamant or as knowledgeable about the freedmen history like myself or Marcel, but I have worked with her. I know her personally, and she is a freedman. She accepts that, and she's here to fight for us. Now, her sexual orientation, I understand that raises flags, flags or whatever, but I have personally seen her call out white LGBT people who are against black people as a whole, and she is black first.
Okay, so but basically nothing on this page proves that.
No, the work that she does proves that. I just told you that she just stopped the whole gentrification. Do you know that gentrification is the ethnic cleansing of black people?
That is what she represents. That's what she represents. That's what she represents. She's
Freeman.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
But we're
again,
no, Brian Freeman, we're talking reparations specifically for black folks. It says nothing about that on her page. Nothing on that about
Brian Freeman. Brian Freeman, I want you to go.
She's a part of the city council. She's not in Congress.
But
so it deals with the budget and stuff like that on the local level. She doesn't have that. She doesn't have the authority to.
This is the problem. See, we want to dance around and start playing games again. It doesn't say
how is that dancing. Explain.
She doesn't have the authority to do everything on her Harlem plane.
Okay,
so that again.
She's not doing this for us. She's not doing that for black people.
Right, but hold on.
You talk about Harlem is a historically black neighborhood. It's mostly black people here right now. What are you talking about?
Hold on, okay, I understand what you're saying, bro.
She's going to stand up for black people for reparation. It's easy. Easy to say.
One mic. All right, so my thing is, let me ask you this, Brian Freeman. Does she believe if black boys identify as women that's okay? Does she believe in that?
Hell no.
I don't know. I haven't spoken to her about that.
Does she believe in transgender restrooms? Does she believe?
I don't know. I haven't spoken to her about that. I don't know.
Does she believe that if a boy identifies as a woman that he could play female sports?
I don't know. I haven't spoken to her about that.
Okay, but on her page, and listen, sexual preferences, whatever, rights for everyone, but she goes hard and has no problem proclaiming her LGBTQIA, but she says absolutely nothing about freedmen, absolutely nothing about reparations, except for, I guess, a conversation y'all had in a back alley or in a private office.
You ready to let me respond?
Go ahead, please.
Right now, we are working on a disaggregation bill in New York State, or New York City, rather, or New York State, pardon me. So in that disaggregation bill, we're using the blueprint of the Asians delineating and disaggregating themselves from other Asian groups like Japanese, Chinese, Korean, etc. We're doing the same thing with black people or blackness and trying to get specificity in the legislation here in New York State. She supports that. And that's just one example. She's just one of many examples that I have. But what you're doing is you're focusing on her LGBT identity.
No,
you're not focusing.
Hold on. No, stop. I'm focusing on what's on. Hold on. Yeah, one mic. I'm focusing on what's on her page.
Right.
That's what I'm focusing on. And what you just said,
which is LGBT.
No, hold on. Brian Freeman, what you just said as far as this special bill to separate freedmen and reparations, none of that is mentioned on her page. None of that. That's what I'm focused on.
Okay, so what is mentioned on her page is the H in Harlem, holding police accountable, affordable housing. That's the A part. She just stopped Al Sharpton.
Dude, bro, stop it, Brian Freeman. You know exactly what I'm stopping dancing around.
That's on her page. That was your whole argument.
Okay, I have a question. Brian Freeman, I have a question. I have a question to Brian Freeman.
One mic. Brian Freeman, where is it where she's speaking specifically about reparations. Stop dancing and tap dancing. And see, that's why I know why Brandon be snapping. You're the one that try to drop the mic and say, "Oh, this girl's behind Freedmen and reparations." None of that is on here.
Okay.
She's doing it for LBGT.
Hold on. Is that what? Would you also like for me to tell you a group that we have that is doing that as well?
But this is the first person you brought up.
Yes, because she's in office right now.
But she's not mentioned
for LBGT.
Hold on. I also have an organization that we're a part of who's going up against the state legislators to get reparations here in New York. Are you aware of that?
That's beautiful.
Okay,
you didn't mention them.
What's the organization?
Brian Freedman, I want you to go to the nearest
United States Freedmen Project.
What's it called?
United States.
Hold on. What's it called?
United States Freedmen Project. Now there was
Anytime
a
you have those people, they're doing that for their point. Their points.
Let me explain.
They're making points for their people, for their community. That's what that community is about. LBGT has always been for themselves. They come and get in these positions because they know we will support them. They know that the black community supports black people, and then that's regentrification. They're regentrifying what our political landscape looks like is the problem. They're coming in saying, I'm the first openly gay this, first openly gay that, first openly gay black person to be the press secretary. And now if you study her, she has nothing collegiate about her. They're dogging her out. Every time somebody have an in-depth question, she don't have an answer. They're there for that, to propagate the black females and the people that want to separate from a black man. Breaking down and destroying traditional black family is their goal, and they move it into politics using traditional black family to help them. That's what the point is. You're helping somebody. You did something good. You had the ability to help somebody, but you ain't doing enough work to go in on her to make sure that she's not going to become everything we've been working against. That's what you're not talking about. That's what he keeps saying in that point.
Let me respond to that.
Yeah,
I have been working with her, and she is not anti-nucleus black family. Her personal orientation is her personal thing. But she's not anti-black family.
I want my politician to resemble me and what the goal is for black families. I don't want my politician to look like something that the white supremacists have put in front of us. Now, I need you to go to your nearest grocery store. I need you to go get a brown paper bag. I need you to cut the eyes out of it and put a sad face and put it on your head.
Oh, come on, son!
For bringing this woman up here, bro. You cannot bring.
Now this is the problem. We got people out here actually doing the work, and your solution.
You embarrass yourself, bro.
Go take the brown paper bag test and cut out sad. What the hell are you doing, Negro?
No, I want because you need to cover up your face
what the hell?
You need to cover up your face for even bringing her up.
And Dynast, can you talk about the U.S. Freedmen Project?
We need to get that one mic.
Okay. Let's talk about that because that's something specific to the Freedmen, and that was what you was trying to address me as, right?
Okay, so
let's talk about that.
Hold on. So Prime Freeman. So what? So I'm on the site right here. What? Okay, so the politician that you just brought up, is she on here endorsing this? Like, where is she at on this site? What politician on this side has endorsed this?
We're getting in contact with people like Chantel Jackson, Desmond Meeks, Al Taylor, and Nikki Lewis. They're possible allies for our agenda and others.
So listen,
you embarrass yourself bringing this woman up here, man. That's embarrassing, man.
So you're not going to talk about the U.S. Freedmen Project?
Well, I mean,
I don't want to hear none of that, man.
So hold on.
You need to
The
talk about
organization that's actually talking about what represents us. Y'all don't want to talk about that. But when I bring
you
up
ain't
Christian
talking
Jordan,
about it.
y'all just want to focus on that. Got you.
Prime. I can take $20,000 to Africa right now and get
You
something
don't got
popping faster than
$20,000 to take to Africa.
you don't know what I got.
You don't got $20,000 to take to Africa. So that that's a hypothetical.
And then he talking about
You
fighting.
don't have
And he 50
$20,000
years old.
to
It's
take
gonna
to
be us
Africa.
fighting.
So at worst, that's a hypothetical question, Negro.
Let's stop attacking. I have a legitimate question for you, Prime.
The intentions are great, man. Let's not attack each other's intentions. That's why we can on the same page.
We got people out here doing the work and they want to focus on bullshit. And
But
that goes to the point that Kala and what's this guy named Pan Porky Strikes Back, and even Dynast talks about.
He embarrassed us.
I just showed y'all an organization.
Yes.
Who is fighting specifically for the freedmen. Y'all see them on the page. He's not going through it either. But y'all see him, y'all see the organization on the page. It's specifically talking about us and our needs, our issues, but y'all not talking about that right now. And by the way, this is a grassroots organization that stopped the whole everybody who's black or race-based reparations. We came in mass and we shut that down.
Hey, Freeman, let Liberia speak, man.
That's beautiful.
Okay. There's some fine women in Liberia, man.
Let's go.
This is just common sense, right? You say you work hard to get Christian in office to represent that, but yet and still you saying you got potential candidates that's going to support. So, if she's already there, when you think that she will be on board with this Freeman Our Journey movement that you got going on right now?
Absolutely. She's what I'm saying. I also brought her up is because since she's in a position of power, she has the connection and she's in those circles, so she can talk to the other politicians who are pro-freedmen. It's another reason why I brought her up. But the United States Freedmen Project is specifically for us. And we just shut down a bad reparations bill, and we have more work to do in January 2023. We'll possibly present it again.
Is somebody snoring?
I don't know. It sounds like it sounds crazy.
You okay? Hey,
It sounds crazy.
Hey,
well, everything's okay.
Hey, Dynast, looks like Kayla's trying to get back in.
But yo, check out the United Sons and Daughters of Freedmen as well. USADOF.org. I repeat, USADOF.org.
USADOF.org.
F as in freaky.
Any other .org? Anything else? The Freedmen's website is what?
Wherever Dynast says he could put that on the big screen too.
Okay, you could say it while you're talking. What's the Freedmen site?
I just told you.
That's it. Okay, I got it then. I got it.
Yeah, in the United States Freedmen Project. He got it on the big screen right now, but another one is USADOF.org.
Right. But like what I was saying is LGBT specifically tries to they have regentrified our politics. They came in just like white women. When Thurgood Marshall went to the Supreme Court, they helped white females. When we got affirmative action, they help white women. It helps the white community, and that's what black women have been talking about: divestment and moving in. They may be saying they're with us, but they're meeting in secret with their lesbian friends, white and black. They're trying to empower the black female, lesbian, and those people to be our politics. That's why you see so many of them going out trying to become governor, trying to get in the position. So we have to respect them, not respect everything about our traditional black families. That's the point, for them to get in the positions So they control more than we actually control as a group.
Hey, Robert, let me say this, man. I wanted to say this to you earlier, man. Here's the thing, man. We have to learn, like Robert, he has a very powerful voice and very strong, opinionated opinions. So we need to learn, not people here, but like in general, and I'm pretty sure you've experienced this too, Robert. When you are strong like that, people just automatically, especially us, they automatically disagree with you because the way you come across, I mean, you're powerful and you're making a lot of sense. So I'm just saying this, whoever listens to this, when somebody is powerful and they express their opinions, don't just disagree with them because you're intimidated.
Who's Robert? I don't see a Robert on here.
The gentleman that just spoke.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean,
is that Liberia? Experience Liberia or something?
No, the gentleman that just spoke. It's Robert, right?
Hey, Dynast, did you let Kala back in? He was trying to get in.
Not yet. Hold on one second.
Okay, so hold on, Dynast. Right now. What's your thoughts about the United States Freedmen Project and also the United Sons and Daughters of Freedmen?
Listen, I'm for it, but this is the problem, bro. And this is even a problem with Pan-Africanism. You got 15, 20, 30 different groups call themselves freedmen, call themselves FBA, call themselves ADOS. Why don't you guys just come together and create one super group? Because right now, the only group that's moving anything forward that's worth anything is the group in California. So, I mean, it's just like everybody's all over the place. So once y'all just come together, all you guys, and create this one, super group.
Did you know that the group in California and the task force, they have multiple grassroots organizations that's helping them with that, like CJEC, NASDA or NASDLA. And
I hope.
Yeah, so it's not just one superpower group. It's a collective.
I hope Information Man Show's still in this chat. Information Man Show, you still in the chat? I think he left, man.
The bottom line is,
don't see why. Like what? Okay,
we all working together. We all working together. It's just different organizations for the same goal.
What does this have? What is Pan-Africanism? Why does this counter to what you're doing on this website? What is your issue with the Pan-Africanism?
Because, for example, I'll tell you, for example, when it comes to reparations, Pan-Africanists who are in positions of power, not all Pan-Africanists, because we know Queen Mother Audley Moore agreed with the American freedmen getting reparations here in America. But other Pan-Africanists like N-Cobra and NARC, they're trying to get reparations for all people with brown skin. So that's problematic, because their lineage doesn't go back to those who were promised the 40 acres and a mule and denied that to this day.
I mean, I don't agree.
The reparations claim is a specific justice claim from 1776 to present day. And you have to have at least one ancestor who was enslaved here in the United States during that time period. It's not just limited to slavery, but slavery is the genesis where the justice claim begins. We also include vagrancy laws, black codes, redlining, war on drugs, mass incarceration, gentrification, all of the above, because the debt is still owed and we still haven't gotten paid. But we're demanding and petitioning the government right now. We're organizing collectively right now. It's not going to be a majority if that's what you're asking, Dynast, but there's still a critical mass and a groundswell and enough of us. It's all about the quality, not the quantity. It's all about the quality, not the quantity. As you can see, we've been having these conversations about reparations for a reason. That's because there's momentum and traction for it. The political and the political environment and conditions is ready for it to have for it to be implemented now, and we need it now.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think you can make a general statement. Oh yeah, let Kyle.
I'm here, brother.
Go ahead, Kyle.
Okay. Listen to this for a little while, and like I said, and the brother broke it down about the LGBT. I didn't even know that, but I suspected that. I suspect almost everything we see now as an LGBT.
Can I interject real quick? Okay, I'm sorry. Before I forget, Freedman is Mars, and again, sexual orientation, whatever. Listen, I mean, it's whatever. I have no problem with it. Is Marcel Dixon also part of the community?
LGBT.
I remember him. I remember him years
Yeah,
ago,
bro.
and this guy was
Hold on. I'm asking
going
Prime
around.
Freeman. Is he part of the?
Yes, he is. Yes.
So so it just seems like all the people that are running for office are part, or whatever, trying to come up. They're agreeing with this, but they're part of the community. Do you think they are reparations? Truly reparations, freedmen first?
It's just a Trojan horse.
When it comes
No.
to yes, when it
I
comes
think
to
Marcel's being very
Yeah, hold on. Let Prime Freeman finish. Let him finish. Go ahead, Prime Freeman.
Yes, to answer your question, you brought up Marcel. I personally believe and undoubtedly believe he is freedmen first and reparations first, and for the foundational Black Americans. Yes, absolutely. There's other people like Camilla Moore, who's also in California. She's the chairwoman of the California Task Force, who will be running for, I believe, senator as well. So we have people like that who are going for the power. And when I talk about what our goal is, it's power, political power.
It's power for that marginalized group of people. Because if they came out and said, LGBTQ, we want to change the definition of Black
Camilla
family,
Moore is
nobody
not
buys it. So they come up with an
LGBTQ.
idea. Oh no, I don't know who that is, but I'm just saying that what you was talking about the Sister Harlem Lower, you were right to do that. But the thing is, you have a lot of people, right, and they get into these Democratic side. Who's behind all this? Are the white lesbians and gays in the Democratic Party, right? They basically realize that you cannot have Black people basically a mind island thinking on their own. So they send these people in there, and these people would never have a chance. If Black bodies weren't dying in 2015, there will be no BLM. They use Black people's emotion and everything like that to grab the bag and the power for themselves. And they get put on committee. They get invited. See, the whole thing is we talk about social media and alternative Black media. It's a lie. I said this 2 years ago when Biden was elected. Black media is a joke. Why? Because we're basically following behind MSNBC. Who gets invited up there? I remember I was watching that one girl. What's the one girl that used to be on I liked her too. She used to be on MSNBC. Forgot her name, light skinned one with the braids, whatever. I forgot her name, but she was cool.
Sanders?
No, she was on MSNBC as an anchor. I forgot her name, but she was really good. Anyway, she invited a whole ass transgender. And she goes, and I said to myself, "Wait a minute, this is supposed to be a Black geared audience. Why are you inviting a transgender up here?" Now, my whole thing is this, right? The brother spoke strongly about the Black family, and I feel that sentiment too. But it seems like if you basically push back against that, these people are so powerful, they can run the majority, the heterosexual Black males, out. There's no room for heterosexual Black men and also like that. So you want to tell me that these people are actually serious about giving Black people a check or anything? I don't believe that. I don't believe it for a I was born at night, but not last
When
night.
you say these people, who are you referring to? Are you
I'm talking about the
Marcel?
people, the people. I don't know Marcel's thing, but not. But the bottom line is, he could have had a change of heart. But the whole thing is this: the bottom line is this. You know for a fact, right? If you basically, it's like you can't throw the baby out the bathwater. If you get him elected, right, you're accepting his agenda and everything. That's all gonna come along with it. He's gonna have his wedding right there on MSNBC and whatnot, and with his husband and everything. They're gonna come out of the closet and all stuff like that.
Come on, man. He's not even on the MSNBC platform.
No, I know. I not said that. I not said it. I said if
now you're just talking bullshit now. Now you
no. You know I'm hold on. You know I'm telling the truth. I'm telling the truth.
Seen Marcel on MSNBC? Nothing.
I'm using. Look, check this out. I'm using him as an example, just like Black Lives Matter, right? They didn't come out as a open lesbian. They basically, hold up. But I know for a fact. This is what I do know.
How is that a fact if it never happened?
Hold on. This movement about reparations, when you say all these people, you're naming all these people and everything. I've suspected the same thing with Black Lives Matter when they get in power and everything. It's all about themselves. They buy mansions for themselves, grab all the white money and everything like that, and you're left with nothing. If you think these people that's leading this, hold on, this lady that you're putting hopes in Harlem and whatnot, if she gets to the governorship or whatever like that, you are not good. Once she gets to where she's going, and you haven't learned history, right? Same thing with all heterosexual Black politicians. Once they get in office and their bag is secured and everything, they don't give a damn about the average Black person. So why should we all? And that's for basic stuff, right? So how is it that we're supposed to believe that if politicians can't even get affirmative action and stuff like that for black people, that somebody's gonna pull off something like reparations. A marginalized politician gonna pull off something like reparations. Come on, man. I mean, who do you think you're talking to?
You are self-defeated, and
They ain't self-defeated. I'm a realist, man. I'm a freaking realist, bro.
Because you spoke for like 3 minutes.
I ain't spoken for 2 minutes. You
Okay,
know, as I said, can you respond?
Listen,
can you respond to that?
You're over here interjecting something, and you're claiming it as a fact, and it never even happened.
It will happen. It happened before.
Marcel is going to come on NBC and have a.
So you're backing Marcel now.
You keep talking, man.
You gotta let him finish, Colin. Let him finish. Go ahead.
I let you speak. So you over here claiming that Marcel and all these other people are going to switch up and do all this, when in fact, and you spoke about the history, their history has shown and proven that they are not about that. Especially Marcel, he has a whole.
Give me an example.
He has a whole.
What has he done? What has he done? What's he done?
Okay, so for example, Marcel, he went to one of those meetings and he actually stepped to.
I went to a meeting. I stepped to Bobby Scott.
Or you just gonna keep talking because right now, you showing your ignorance right now. You really are.
Okay.
And you showing that you're defeated, and you getting his work. You getting his Friedman work. So, like I was saying, he stepped up to James Clyburn at a meeting, and he called him out for his Marcel Dixon. Hello, are you listening?
We all know about that. Well, big deal.
So hold on, I'm giving you an example of the point that I'm making, and when I do that, you say big deal. So let me finish. He stepped up and called out James Clyburn for his lack of representation for the freedmen. James Clyburn is a freedman himself, and he has done absolutely nothing for them. He has a history of doing nothing for them from when he got there 30 years ago up until now. Marcel is speaking specifically, Fix Black America. This title is called is Black America Tether. Fix Black America to fix America. He's speaking for specific, exclusive policies, especially when it comes to reparations, especially when it comes to his constituents in his district in South Carolina, District 6. He's talking specifically to him, and I say he has a chance to win. So how are you dismissing that? As if that's not a big deal?
I'm saying, bro, he doesn't have a prayer.
Because we're still looking for your solution. At least these people are doing the work and putting in the work to get in a position of power.
Let me say something. I've been here, bro.
I've been legislation, but yet you're on here on YouTube talking about LGBT. They're not
check this out.
Black Lives Matter global. Everybody's gonna die. We need to go to Africa.
You
have no answer. And if you do, I'm waiting for the specific answers I have done. United Sons and Daughters of Freedmen. United States Freedmen Project. Marcel Dixon. I just spoke about Kristen Jordan. She's also in this district of Harlem.
Dude, man, you're
and the Black history.
You're making no sense.
Let me interject. Hold on. Let me interject. Hold on. Freeman. The only person that I will give you is Marcel Dixon. This other girl, nah, she don't count.
So hold on. So the organizations I mentioned don't count either.
I didn't say the organization didn't count, but as far as you need political power. Like the only person that is on the same page with you publicly that I know is Marcel Dixon. This other girl, she's LGBTQ, housing, affordable housing.
I got another one for you. And this is out here in Georgia. Naheem Wayel. He passed the law. He met up with the mayor out there in Georgia, and he got a Freedman's Day. What do you say about that?
A Freedman's
Day. All I know is I look at Georgia right now.
Hold on, Colin. Shit. A Freedman's Day. I could go to the mayor right now and get of Sacramento and get South Sacramento, get a SIBO Day or Brother Lynch Hung Day. I mean, come on, man, a day.
So why don't you get a Pan-Africanist Day? I haven't seen you done it
because I'm not into symbolism.
We don't want no damn. We don't want no damn anything out of it.
All right, fine. I only brought that up because the point is that we have people out here doing the work, even though y'all trying to portray that as if we're not doing anything.
So which day is? Hold on. Which day is Freedman's Day? So we can celebrate. I put on my calendar. Which day is it?
I have to. I'm not even gonna answer that because now I feel like
no. I'm dead.
Nah,
serious.
you're not dead ass serious. Stop it. Stop it.
Either you have
we are serious, man.
Dead serious, man. You're Pan-Africanist.
I celebrate it.
That's fine
I'll
to have
celebrate
that
it.
ideology. I can be black first and Pan-Africanist when it's being reciprocated as a collective group and as the majority of Pan-Africanism. That's not being reciprocated.
Okay.
In fact, the Freedmen have been the most Pan-Africanists in history.
Brian Freeman, when is Freedman Day in Atlanta? What day? When?
You're not serious, bro.
I'm dead. So you brought it up. When is Freedman's Day?
You just yo, Dynast, I fuck with you because you allow people to speak, but you're not serious when it comes to that, man. You just made a joke, talk about I could make a SIBO Day in Cali if you wanted to, but you never did though. You never did. Why not make a Prince Dynast Amir Day? One of my family members got your name, man. Why not make it Amir Day if it's that easy?
Okay, but I'm not into symbolism. I don't care. But again, one more time, when is Freedman Day in Atlanta? That's all I want to know.
Hold on, let me ask him, because if you are being serious, I want to give you the benefit of the doubt, because you've been cool.
When is Freedman Day in Atlanta?
I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt.
I'll come down there, Dynast. I'll come down.
I appreciate that.
Hi, I'm Linda. I'm Kristen's mom, and she asked me to.
Hold on, is Kirsten's mixed race?
As far as I know, her parents are freedmen. As far as I know.
No, if you on that thing on her page, I'm looking at it right now. It's Kirsten's mom. She could be like a one-drop rule black person. Her skin look.
By looking at her, you're just like assuming that. I'm not.
No, I was asking the question.
We all come in all different shades. Okay. I just learned from a Pan-Africanist, like there's some people in Africa, I think North Africa or something, who have like blonde hair and blue eyes or whatever, but they have had no like European admixture.
Nah, I don't believe that.
So,
that's a lie.
Yeah. All right, well, that's what I was told from someone who actually been there, and they've been all over the countries and continents. So they explained that to me.
No.
But even hold on, if I guess they have a one-drop rule or whatever. Let's say that is true. What does that like?
I ain't got nothing against that personally.
Okay.
I don't know about everybody else.
Okay.
All right. What day is the Freedman's Day?
I'm waiting for
Andre Dickens declared.
I'm waiting for him to respond.
Is it the 3rd of March?
I'm not sure yet. I'm still waiting for them to respond. So
let me ask you a question, Prime.
But as soon as I will get you that answer.
Prime, will African immigrants be allowed to go to this Prime Freedman Day?
Sure, as long as y'all respectful and don't disrespect. Okay. But if y'all come there with that disrespectful energy, y'all will get the Freedman work.
I mean, I don't get this. What's this disrespectful stuff you keep talking about, man? Africans just want to come over here, feed their family. Nice people. When let me tell you, my aunt and uncle, right?
A lot of them.
My Uncle Jimmy's sick in Queen. Hold on. My aunt, Uncle Jimmy, he's like having illness, right? A Ghanaian family just moved next to him on Rockaway Boulevard, right? Right next to him on Rockaway 135th Rockaway Boulevard, right? And my ignorant ass cousin Akina, I guess she listens to this stupid stuff, right? Oh, don't trust them, because they bring them over every time they have festival. They bring food over and whatnot. It's like, oh, the nicest, sweetest. The wife is a Ghanaian, the husband's Cameroonian and whatnot. And you got these ignorant ass cousins of mine. Oh man, blah blah blah, this stupid stuff. Nicest people in the world. I said, look, I'd rather have them come to a family than my cousin Akina, because you turn shit all out. So what I'm saying is, it seems to me that the Negroes in America are the problem, not the African immigrants. They come over here, just mind their business, don't say anything and everything like that. But everybody, they got to be disrespectful. What do you want? You want them to kiss your ass?
You would think that.
Freedman, let me ask you: are you confusing Freedman's Day with Juneteenth?
No.
So there's a Juneteenth, and then there's a separate Freedmen's Day.
As far as, yes.
Okay, yeah, and you're saying Andre Dickens passed that?
I'm gonna get you the day, right? I'm waiting for him to respond. Brother Naheem, he made a post and everything about it. He signed it. They took a picture, the paper and all that. You know what I'm saying? So,
all symbolism. And I said like this: I'm more convinced.
Symbolism. It's whatever. The bottom line is we out here doing the work, and that's an acknowledgement of the
symbolic work, man.
It's an acknowledgement of the freedmen. I still haven't even seen no. If you want to talk about symbolism, Pan-Africanism, Kala, is nothing but symbolism because
I got a lot of people on the continent right now doing work.
I haven't seen.
You can go to my website. You can go.
Name me three Pan-Africanist laws. Hold on. Check this out. You can go. Pan-Africanist laws here in America.
There ain't gonna be no Pan-African laws in America, man. That's the point. It's futile. You know, it's a waste of time.
Pan-Africanism is supposed to be global, but there's
we're doing stuff. We're doing stuff.
Back what was that thing in Ghana? The return.
Yeah, let me start clapping that Pan-African.
Year return $1 billion getting into the Ghana's coffers and whatnot.
Why do I have to pay? Why do I have to pay to go on a tour? For the
you pay to get on the subway.
For the descendants of slave traders. Why do I have to pay to get on the subway, nigga? For descendants of slave traders who
same way you pay to get on the subway, man. You know, you gotta pay.
It's not the same thing. It's not the same.
Africans need the same way you pay taxes every year, same way you pay to get on the subway, same way you pay for gas, same way you pay rent.
Yo, come on, man. See, the year of the return. That's the best y'all got?
No, bro, this ain't Africa. Like, why would we have Pan-African laws in America? This ain't Africa.
But yet, hold on. It's not Africa. Fine.
We could go to Africa. We got the African Union.
It's not Africa, but you want the American freedmen to support Pan-Africanism.
You guys stay away from us.
If you don't want to support, don't support. Like
don't
if you want to,
you don't have to. Don't support.
Yeah, that's fine. I ain't got my whole thing is you hear adversarial. That's what I've been asking.
How am I adversarial? I'll let y'all do y'all thing. If you want
reparations, get it. I will come back from Africa and collect it. I ain't got nothing against
exactly. Because you know Pan-Africanism can't do shit.
No, I'm saying
we know you guys ain't gonna do shit because you're never gonna get reparations.
You gotta ride the wave of the American freedmen, and you'll leave.
You believe that you will never get prime free. You will never get a dime. You will never get a dime.
That's the history.
They're gonna send y'all $10 a piece. They're gonna send y'all niggas $10 a piece one night and call it a day. You know, that's all y'all gonna get.
And Mufasa Shabazz just admitted to leaving Africa for that $10.
Listen, I'm gonna come.
But bottom line, you want that $10, man? Hey, I'll take it, man. Buy me a nice cigar with that shit, man.
I know you'll take.
Buy me a nice cigar with that shit.
You could use that $10 for a Pan-Africanist barber that I got out here for you.
I'm gonna come get my $10.
Oh, that's no. Barber, man, costs more than that. The average barber is like about $25-$30, man.
I'll take my $10.
Listen, man, I'm telling you, I got the hookup, man.
I'll give me a nice cigar, man. Cuban cigar.
He's cool people. He'll hook you up for $10.
I don't want nobody to give you a $10 haircut, man. Shit, man. You always about what you're worth. Somebody charges $10. But I wouldn't spend it on a haircut.
From the reparations.
But I wouldn't spend it on a haircut, though. That's what I'm trying to say. I wouldn't spend it on a haircut. I'd buy a cigar with it. You know, there's a difference.
Well, you can get a good haircut for like 50 cents in Nigeria.
February 15th.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stretch
$5 or $3 in Liberia.
Yo, Dynast, update February 15th.
You on mute, Dynast.
Oh, my bad. February 15th. Where is it for next year? What location? Where was it this year?
It's a holiday.
Freedmen's Day is a holiday in Atlanta on February 15th.
Hold on.
Hey, shout out to my sister. She sent me a care package from Haiti. Hold on. She got me some of this. I don't know if I'm gonna drink it. She got some of this Bookman rum from Haiti. Shout out to my sister.
Well, when the last time you went to Benin, Dinas?
Voodoo Festival this last year.
Okay, how was the airport? Were they like corrupt and anything like that?
Nah. It was cool. It was cool.
Hey, by the way, Mufasa, are you back? Are you back? Are you back, Mufasa?
I just got back. I'm back.
Okay, good. Yeah, you like your chiller, but he was really clean, man. I like that, man.
So, Dinas, do you give credit? Do you give credit to the United Sons and Daughters of Freedmen and the United States Freedmen Project for working and doing the political work?
First of all, I want to know where this Freedmen's Day is celebrated. Let's start there.
Okay, I'm waiting. I just gave you February 15th. I'm waiting for the response.
So you said it's a holiday in Atlanta, February 15th. There was no holiday in Atlanta.
As far as I know, it's in Georgia. I'm waiting on the details. I'm waiting on the details.
I live in Atlanta. That's what I'm saying. But yeah, absolutely. Listen, man, I'm not hating. I give because I stand to benefit as well. So I'm not hating at all.
I know y'all talk a lot of shit about the freedmen and the history here, but when it comes to getting the tangibles or whatever or benefits, y'all slide through.
Yeah, definitely.
I want my $10. I want my $10, bro.
Slide through.
I'll take $10.
The reason why
when it comes to reparations, when we start getting the money and the protections and the lands and all the other benefits, y'all be claiming freedmen real quick.
Yeah, hallelujah, man. I'd be a free. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, shit. I'd be a free man. I'd
still waiting for that Pan-Africanism work.
So we're doing it. Mufasa's got back. I'm going to Liberia. I'm going to Africa in a couple months.
We're doing it like
I wanna go to Africa,
bro. I can show you right now.
I want to go to Africa and get some Nelson Mandela food stamps.
No, why can't I do that? We got a program right now. I just got hired to film where we're bringing children over to Benin Republic, right? Setting them up in schools and then having them learn the indigenous culture. These are things we're working on, like literally on the other screen. I'm taking a break from working, editing that project right now. So it's like we're doing stuff, bro. Everybody here is doing something. You know what Dynasty is doing. You can go to BAIO, see what Kala is doing. Like
you know what I'm doing all over the continent, man. I got my reach is wide. I just got all over the continent.
Yesterday. You know what I mean? And I'm going over my footage right now.
See, Trey's a hater. Listen, Trey. So Pan-Africanism, I was able to go to Sierra Leone and get my citizenship. So that's a tangible.
Is it citizenship or is it a abode?
A who?
An abode.
No, you got to be a citizen to get a passport, sir.
I was asking a question because I know where some African countries, it's not even a citizenship; it's an abode where
but okay, Freeman. This is
I'll take that. I'll take an abode. I'll take an abode.
Freeman, in order to get a passport, you got to be a citizen.
Okay. I'm not. I didn't see. I'm looking at the screen right now. I didn't see that passport thing. So you got that. Can you become a governor or a president in Africa or Sierra Leone?
Can you become one in America?
Colin, let me answer the question. As of right now, I can't because I'm a dual citizen.
Aha! So
I got you.
So the American citizenship done by the work of the freedmen is God, and the Sierra Leone dual citizenship isn't as powerful.
What are you talking about, Brian Freeman? It doesn't matter
because you're a dual citizen, you can't get
right. So say I didn't have my U.S. passport, and I renounced my U.S. passport. Of course, I'm Nigerian as well. I still couldn't do it because you can't be a dual citizen. Period.
Oh, you talk about your Nigerian dual citizenship. Is that what you talk about?
That's common too. That's not just African.
You're just lost, bro.
No, because there's continental Africans who can come over to what's his name, America, and become elected officials.
No, you have to be. You can't do that if you're naturalized. They would have to be born here.
Oh, you can get naturalized and do that.
No.
Yes.
No. That's why the Terminator wanted to run for president, but he couldn't do it.
I'm not talking about president. President is different. I'm not talking about president. You gotta listen, sir. I didn't say president.
Yeah, you gotta understand something.
I didn't say president. Matter of fact, Arnold Schwarzenegger was a governor, sir.
That's what I'm saying, but he couldn't be a president, though.
I didn't talk about president. I said, did you hear? If y'all read broad,
you didn't ask Dynasty if he could be president.
Broadcast, I said governor.
Okay, well, governor.
The elected officials. Also, the whole thing is in Africa, right? They guard elected office. What they do, elected office means who eats and who doesn't eat. So they're not gonna let you come over there as an American and hold elected. I don't want that. I want private industry. I want access to industry resources and stuff like that. I'm not trying to hold no damn public office. What the hell am I do with that for?
You don't have control over that. The Africans in Nigeria don't have control over that.
Well, they do. They make laws. And Nigeria decided they're gonna build Lekki. They didn't ask Britain for permission. So we mean they don't have control.
Hold on, like in Ghana, China runs Ghana. Yes.
Oh Lord, who told you that, man? Who told you that? Lord have mercy. It's worse than I thought.
Hold on. Are you saying that China is not neo-colonizing the African continent?
No.
That's what we're saying.
No.
Okay.
We're saying that's happening. It's not happening.
Okay, so why are the Africans, like, as you admitted that there's some Africans or citizens who are eating and there's others who are not. Why is that?
Well, the bottom line is we have a lot.
The same way it is. The same way it's in America. Prime Freeman the same way. Hold on, Carla. The same way people are eating here in America, though. Prime Freeman, what are you talking about?
Yeah, but majority of America is white. You got to say the H for the hate. The majority of people in Nigeria and Africa and the positions of power are African.
You have white people in America that are eating. So what are you talking about?
Okay, but you're missing my point.
We have pantries in America. I work the pantry every week.
Hold on, because y'all trying to portray it as if it's so different over there in Africa when there's African people. Y'all pan-Africanists, so y'all have to care about them. I can respect that. They are suffering and they are not eating. They are struggling.
People are suffering here, man.
Okay, but we're talking about Africa. So you want to go?
There's a lot of Africans that are doing well.
You want to go to Africa?
My brother Mark Bland is over there with his wife, beautiful wife and whatnot. They're doing real estate, making millions of dollars and whatnot. I know a lot of people on the continent right now doing business in spiritual. Liberia was on here. He's been with me for years. He's been in Liberia right now. Got 2 homes and whatnot, going back and forth and like that. So, the bottom line is, I was over
of the majority of Africans.
Well, the bottom line is this, though. Hold on, there's nobody starving in Africa. Nobody's starving in Africa.
Hold on. You just said this.
Hold on, I said people. I said hold on. When I said when people can eat, that means you make it eat, but when you can eat, how much you can eat, that's another factor. That means that hold on. If you're elected, official, that's a terminology. That means that you're getting paid. You got a guaranteed paycheck. That's what that means. That means who eats. Hold on. You don't listen to mob movies and stuff like that. They say, who eats? That means who earned. They're obviously not talking about starving. They're talking about who's getting the loot, who's getting the bag. That means
listen, we're gonna close out. It's 11 o'clock out here, everyone. We're gonna close out. But hey, everyone, thank you so much for joining. Like, share, subscribe. Hey, I'd like to have that girl come on, Prime Freeman, your homegirl. Let her come on. Let her, let me ask her some questions. So, everyone, in fact, I'll reach out. What was it, Kristen Johnson? I'll reach out to her myself. So, everyone, thank you so much for joining. Like, share, subscribe. Until next time, family, Dynasty Mirror Search for Huru. Peace.